In today's video, we're going to be replacing the front rotors and pads on a 2015 Chevy Equinox. This is the same process on the Equinox from years 2010 to 2017, and likewise on the GMC Terrain. To get started, loosen up a brake reservoir cap here, then raise the vehicle and make sure you put a good quality jack stand under there. Then we'll remove the wheel and it's just going to be a 22 mil. Next, remove the caliper guide pin bolts, and these are just going to be a 14 mil. And according to the manual on this Equinox, it does say not to use an impact on these guide pin bolts. So if you do, just make sure you turn it down. And most of these impacts, you can adjust the settings, so just be careful on that. And sometimes these will just slide off, and other times you're going to need to compress that piston a little bit. Just make sure you're not putting your C-clamp back on that brake hose. And then we'll compress the piston the rest of the way once we get it off here in a minute. Then we'll position the caliper aside and take a brake hanger just to hang it out of the way. Then we'll remove the caliper bracket here, and you just got two 18 mil bolts there. Alright, so once you get those bolts removed, then you can remove the bracket. Then to remove the rotor, there's usually a little bolt here, and typically it's a T30 Torx that's holding the rotor onto the hub. But on this one here, looks like it's missing, so we'll just slide our rotor off. Moving on to the prep, well, first we'll clean off some of this rust off the mating surface here on our wheel hub. Now, depending on how bad yours is, sometimes you might just see a slight discoloration on a couple spots. Honestly, that's really not going to affect anything. How you can really tell if it's bad, you'll run your hand across here and you can actually feel that raised edge on all that rust. So if yours looks as bad as this one, we need to make sure we first clean this off. Alright, so then after you get this cleaned off, just put a little anti-seize on there. Alright, so after you get a thin layer of this anti-seize on here, then we're done with the prep on the wheel hub. Now this anti-seize isn't always required. If you live down south, you probably have no rust on your vehicle, but if you live in some of the states where you have salt and regularly there's rust on vehicles, it's not a bad idea to use this, but again, it's not always required. Next thing we need to do is compress our piston on our caliper so our new pads will fit in there. And if you remember on the beginning of the video when we loosened up that brake reservoir cap, this is a good time to be monitoring that to make sure nothing's overflowing up there. So just take your old pad, we'll take a C-clamp here and we'll gently compress that in. Just make sure on the back here, you're doing it on the caliper and you're not doing it on the brake hose. Alright, so once that compresses the piston in, then we're done with the prep on the caliper. Moving on to the caliper bracket, a few things we need to do here is remove the old pads first. And sometimes these get seized up in here, so you might have to use a hammer. And also remove these. Then we'll take a wire brush and we'll thoroughly clean some of that rust out of there so our new clips fit in there correctly. And take a little brake clean. Then we'll take our new pads, and I really like these Bosch Quitecast. I've used these on a lot of vehicles over the years and they work great. Obviously your OEM pad and rotor is always going to be the best option, but sometimes those are very pricey. These have turned out to be an excellent alternative over the years. And this is the Quitecast version. They make a little cheaper version as well. And when we get to the rotor here in a minute, they also have a fully coated rotor to make sure it doesn't rust. So I really do like these pads and I highly recommend them. So we'll open up our new clips and we'll set these in place. Then the next thing we need to do here is remove these guide pins. Just be gentle so you don't tear up that boot. And you see all that rust and corrosion? We need to make sure we thoroughly clean that off, and then we're going to put some brake lube in there when we're done. And you're probably going to have some of that rust and corrosion in here on this boot as well, so make sure you clean that out. And after you get that cleaned off, take a little bit of your brake lube. And you're going to set this back in here and just make sure that that lip on that bolt fully gets seated like that, and you're able to easily push it in and out. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And one comment here real quick, you are going to notice this little rubber piece on this guide pin. You need to make sure you put that back in the same spot. And the last thing on the prep here, we'll put a little bit of brake lube on these slides in here. And this is just where your pad's going to go in and out. So you need to make sure you get a light coat of this on here as well. Then the last thing on the prep on the caliper bracket here, according to the manual, you can reuse these bolts. Just make sure you thoroughly clean up the threads, not only on the bolt, but also over there on your knuckle. Once those are cleaned up, then make sure you use some blue Threadlocker. Moving on to the install, so we'll first put our new rotor up here in place. And just pay attention to that little hole there. It needs to get lined up with your hub. And if you remember during the removal, our little bolt here was missing, so we didn't have anything to remove. Just make sure if you have yours there, reinstall it. I do have a couple of spare here that don't seem to fit in there, so I'm not going to worry about it. Once you get your lug nuts tightened up on there, it should be fine. So then we'll move on to installing the caliper bracket. Alright, so we'll set our bracket in place. Make sure you put some blue Threadlocker on these bolts. And then we're going to torque these to 140 foot-pounds. Alright, so there was the 140. Moving on to installing the pads here. First, make sure you put a little brake lube on the slides here. That's going to be sliding in and out of those clips on your bracket. And we'll set these in place. And do the same thing for the one in the back. And just make sure that those easily move in and out, because you do not want them tight, because then they'll just seize up there on your rotor. Once that looks good, then we'll reinstall our caliper. Then we're going to tighten these bolts to 20 foot-pounds. And if these guide pins start to spin when you're tightening this down, just put a wrench here and it'll help support that, so you'll be able to tighten that up. Alright, so there's the 20 foot-pounds. And just do one final check to make sure you got everything tightened up. Then once you're done over here, do the same thing on the other side. Once you're done with the other side, don't forget to reattach the brake reservoir cap up there, then you've completed your job here. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please give me the thumbs up. If you're interested in more content like this, please hit that subscribe. But again, I hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching.